no longer just dramatizing what is on the world stage. We started with her where she's telling everybody's story. Well, she wants to tell a different story now, so she's taken off her costume. She's gonna get naked, get real, and naked in a metaphorical way, put on her crescent and listen to her higher self. Hello, welcome back to more about the symbols and insight, psychological profiling, the storylines of astrology, degree by degree, actually 2 degrees at a time. Today we're on Aquarius Leo 21. Thanks for being here. Without further ado, let's get into Aquarius 21. A woman disappointed and disillusioned, courageously facing a seemingly empty life. A numerologist at work on a tropical island. A beautiful woman dressed in white. She is wearing a large silver crescent. It is pointed upward. A great operatic diva is removing her costume and makeup. Clay forming itself into fantastic shapes. The stone here is Bixbite, and both will be in the description if you'd like to take a closer look. Bixbite helps us teach with integrity. Insight enhances intuition, imagination, adaptability, spirituality. It helps with depression. It helps shed unwanted baggage, gives us resistance to toxins, pollutants, assists in realizing our potential. If everything was hunky-dory, we wouldn't have really much impulse to change. But when we deal with crisis, it makes us take a look at our life in a different way. This is a woman who is looking at her life and she's like, is this it? There's got to be more. By asking that question, that opens the door to more. So, number one, it's saying that there could be crisis here where we have to deal courageously with some form of crisis. And if done so in the right way, that it can open the door to an awakening, learning more about ourselves, tapping into our higher self. Tests of strength and compassion happening here, learning through emotional crisis. So kind of a heavy degree, I would say. Could be heavy. The woman wearing the crescent on her head. So if you think about the crescent, it's the shape of a cup on top of her head. It's saying this is somebody who's very receptive to the messages from Spirit. So if you are hearing voices in your head, if you have dreams that seem to be incredibly surreal, this could be a degree for you where it's really strong in your chart because they come in hot and heavy. Strong messages from Spirit. The diva taking off her costumes and her makeup is saying, I've had enough of the drama. I want to try something else. It relates back to the disillusioned woman. Taking your marching orders from a higher order. Not just trying to please the public. No longer just dramatizing what is on the world stage. We started with her where she's telling everybody's story. Well, she wants to tell a different story now, so she's taken off her costume. She's gonna get naked, get real, and naked in a metaphorical way, put on her crescent and listen to her higher self. Projecting harmony and peace into our environment. Instead of always worrying about what you're seeing that's coming at you and reflecting it back, this is somebody who's saying, let's try it a different way. I'm going to reflect out peace. I'm going to reflect out harmony. I'm the harmonious chord in this chain, and we're going to try it a new way. We want the male and the female energies to come together like Siamese twins that are joined at the hip, the male energy and the female, so it operates at a high spiritual level, but it also operates at a high phenomenal physical level. And by allowing the divine feminine to be in charge, the woman, key woman, disappointed and disillusioned, she says we're going to try it from Spirit this time. But it's trying to bring ourselves into wholeness. Here we are still dealing with somebody who's a quote-unquote manager, And to get power, maintain success, that means you're going to have to learn how to deal with crisis. Learn with ups and downs in markets in a calm way as the leader, so that you can always find the high road, always find a way through and come out ahead. It is through strength of character, and emotional crisis brings that. With the inner imaginative aspect, the creative divine mother aspect, we can take our ideas and what we want to happen and we can form it into clay. We can make it real. It's using our imagination to bring what we want into the world in the most harmonious way, regardless of what's going on. Sometimes crisis happens to break away what we don't want, and I would have to say that happens to me often on new moons. It's like we realize what is not quite right, so that we say, okay, no, let's make a slight adjustment. This is what I want to create this month. This is what I want to create this year. So, receptive to messages, calm in a storm, powerful, harmonious, projecting harmony and peace. Let's take a look at Leo 21. Intoxicated chickens dizzily flapping their wings, trying to fly. On top of a mesa, a lake of pure deep blue. A holly bush covered with berries. It is in the snow. Runners flexing and warming up their legs. Newly hatched birds joyously running and hopping through a meadow. The stone here is Aegirine. It is a stone of personal transformation. It helps clear old patterns of behavior, thought, and emotions that no longer serve us. It boosts our immune system. It has powerful EMF protection. It wards off psychic attacks. It helps with addictions, enhances self-worth. The intoxicated chickens. Chickens can be masses being intoxicated with new spirituality. Not quite sure what to do with it. Like somebody who goes to a spiritual retreat, doesn't really quite know what they're signing up for, and their mind is blown. Now what? We have to take in spiritual light slowly, because if not, it can have an intoxicating effect. That is what this is saying. Using our energy physically to help take in what we need emotionally can help. So a balance between male and female energy. Use up our physical energy. It helps with the emotions as well. This person could have a bleak life or bleak circumstances. The holly bush, covered in berries, but it is in the snow. It is completely covered in snow. So it could be where you feel nothing is alive. Where is my hope? Feelings of depression, things like that. But the holly bush is still alive. It has red berries. It's underneath the snow. This is somebody who has to practice faith. Know that it's there. Know that there are cycles in the year, and that having a positive attitude, clear mind, the blue lake at the top of a mesa is calm, clear thought projecting into our world, brings it to us. Even if we don't see it here, even if there's no evidence of it, being calm anyway. Being at peace anyway. Find a reason to be peaceful today. When we work on ourselves and we look in the mirror and we clear away anger and jealousy and fear, all of those kinds of things, when we're going through cycles where we can't see the berries, where we think, where's the sunshine? Having faith in ourselves, it keeps us more on an even keel. The stone is talking about addictions, so I think that there is a strong possibility that this could be somebody who possibly struggles with addictions, and it can be all different forms. Here it's like wine, but wine is also in the mystical world what spirituality can feel like, because it changes your constitution when you take in spiritual light. On this degree, we want to affirm that life is always there. There are cycles of it. It may not appear on the outer, but it's always there. And if we keep affirming that, keep projecting that filter into our world, it helps pull us through the dark times. There's a back reference here to 3 women coming out of the fog, the 3 aspects of the feminine, the maiden, the mother, the crone. We're wanting to pull all of those together here and use that kind of power to help bring the twins together, to bring the masculine and the feminine of ourselves together so that we are powerful in our world, knowing that we are complete on the inside, okay? That all we need, we have. That there is always life. It's cyclical. The sun may not be shining, but it's coming back. We always know that. It always comes back. And that we are receptive. We wear the crescent on our head. We have the lake of pure stillness where we reflect the highest. I know this is a powerful day because of the fact that, number one, it is the beginning of the new year, the dragon. It's a strong new moon. It's a super moon. Also, a new moon is one where it says you're planting seeds. So if we plant seeds where we're taking in negative energy, we're going to create that. So we want to be calm, be quiet, especially if we're dealing with any kind of a crisis, because it will help us to see the order and the harmony underneath it and to come out through the other end better, stronger, changed in a good way. This has the energy of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is shooting the arrow into the future, and we want to be careful what we're aiming at. So we want to focus on what we want, not what we don't want, and being calm, being at peace. So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Leave me a comment if these degrees are saying something specific to you, if you had a particular dream about them. Give me a like if you're enjoying these, subscribe for more, and take care till next time.